Open up. Sealed deck number 1. All the bombs. What do we get? Well, I mean,
we got dragon synergies.
I had that was my worst performing sealed deck in a while. I went 3-1 with a very fucking synergetic red something sealed deck that had a Sarkhan's, a Lathliss, and a whatever the 4/4 hasted dragon is, Volcanic Dragon, that just drew lands every single game until I lost. All right. So, what do you think of these cards? Hydra, I think is great. Great card.
Yeah, they're none of them are unplayable, which is nice.
Sphinx is okay, a little bit slow. Johnny's Last Stand's kind of unplayable. This card's pretty bad.
I've seen it be okay. It's not great.
It's a 4/4 that doesn't summon as a. It's a 4/4 for 4/4 flying token creature 4/4 in a format that has unsummons that only gets cast when your opponent wants it to get cast.
Yes, you have to play it aggressively as a, you want to play this
0 tempo 4/4.
No, you want this in your white aggressive deck. You play it on 4, you attack with your dudes, and they either take damage or you get a 4/4 out of it.
Sure, that doesn't
that's
sound great.
The best place. It's not great, but that's the best place that it is.
Sure. What about this guy? This is the Bone Dragon, the Trash Dragon
himself.
It's
a 5/4 flyer. I mean,
this is what happens if you don't recycle, kids. You'll get the roar of a chatter of 1,000 bones. Yeah, it's a 5/4 for 5 that never recasts. Okay, all right. Oh, and Metamorphic Alteration. This card is the hardest card to target in M19. Because I still don't know actually how it works, like which target is first. So, all right, let's take a look at our comments. We got triple Invoke to Divine. So we got main deck, triple Invoke Divine. We got a Bugler. Got a Courser. White looks pretty bad, actually. I missed almost all the good commons. There's no Luminous Bonds, no Stags. The removal pieces are pretty weak over here. White looks terrible.
I really like Cavalry, but it has to have other things to back it up.
I think this card's great, but I agree. Missing a bunch there. Blue, Aviation Pioneer, Omen Speaker.
Exclusion Mage is good.
I want to play... Yeah, Exclusion Mage is quite good. Let's see. Divination. Dwindle. Dwindle is quite good, too. Well, not quite good, but it's okay. Snapping Drake's pretty piss poor. So if we look at blue... You're going to have to help me with my energy levels today, Joe. I was up a little bit late last night, so I'm a little tired. So...
I think you're missing some number of playables in blue.
Well,
it's a good start.
These themselves are playable. This is not a good start. This is what I would consider the bare minimum of power level to play, basically. I could play a Sea Serpent if I absolutely had to, but I really would prefer not to. Alright, let's go with black. We've got a Nightmare's Thirst, 2 Doomed Dissenters. Reassembling Skeleton has some really good 2-card combos in this format with Sacrifice synergies and Graveyard synergies.
Yes.
Blood Marcher's decent. There's 2 of them. Epicure? No, not Epicure.
Oh, Double Witch's Crest. We're playing black, yeah.
Strangling Spores, Skeleton Archer, Bone Dragon, Double Lich's Caress, Double Epicure. Yeah, it's pretty playable. And then...
Shock's actually not very good.
I know. It's surprising. You'd think that 1 mana removal would be good, but it's really not. I agree. 100% M19. Shock, Sarkhan, Volley Veteran's quite good. Siegebreaker Giant's okay.
I like Goblins? Havoc Devils.
I'm so on that card.
Spark-Toe Dragon is sealed is usually pretty okay.
Yeah. I mean, it has the flying synergies, I guess, with the Sphinx, but I didn't see a lot in red, quite honestly. What's green got for us? Titanic Growth, Colossal Majesty, Basilisk, Double Spider, Oracle, Wolves, Hydra. We've got a Regal Bloodlord. We've got a Psychic Symbiont, Skyrider Patrol, Double Fountain of Renewal. And 2 Marauders.
We have the Epicure with Fountain Renewal.
Yeah, I like Fountain Renewal. I consider this is at the worst for me. It's basically a cantrip, and most of the time it gains you 3 or 4 life, and then it's a cantrip. And if you have any synergies at all, it's amazing. So actually,
can we play blue, black, splashing green? Because Skyrider Patrol is also stupid.
Yeah. So I was just looking at this, and when I see this, I actually think this is a relatively weak 2 card pool. So of 2-color pool. If I look at these 2 colors, none of these 2 colors are particularly high strength for cards. So yes, we could, quite honestly, play something that has maybe a tricolor here. I haven't looked at the dual lands. We should look at that. Mana fixing is a little bit harder in this set than it is in Ravnica. A little bit less common. We do have 1 blue-green, 1 red-green.
Because we can splash the Hydra and the the Skyrider.
Maybe Plummet too. All right, so I think we're core black.
Yes, for sure, 100%.
Like, there's nothing better than what we actually have here. I mean, we'll see. I think with cheap flyers, Marauders Axes are good. I don't mind Fountain of Renewals, or rather, I quite like them.
We
Double
have a
Gargoyle
Manalith,
Sentinel. Yeah. Too bad we don't have any Artifact Matters cards. That would be nice. Let's get the rest of the black cards in here, get a count. Double Lich's Caress is fine if a bit slow. Epicure's same issue. Not great. Got a Hungering Dragon. We got our 5 drops covered. Can run Two-Headed Zombie. It's a very aggressive card. Oops, we're not running fucking Sovereign's Bite. I saw so many main deck...
Nightmares Thirst.
You can just leave. We're gonna start with that. You can just get out of my channel. No. Sovereign's Bite main deck. Please, please, Joe. All right.
But it's so terrible.
Let's take a look. So this is our black cards. Why don't we just play mono black? 39 cards right now. Mono black. We can run Manalith for mana fixing.
Sure.
What do you think of Infectious Horror? I played a guy yesterday, or 2 days ago, who was running double Sovereign's Bite main deck, an Infectious Horror, and a Revitalize.
I saw that game, and it was terrible.
Yeah, yeah. No Convoke either. This creature might be playable with like a black Convoke deck.
Well, no, it has to attack. And that's not just tapping, it has to actually attack before it does damage.
Oh, and I know it, and it doesn't have Convoke.
No, it's it's terrible.
How did I enjoy Artifact versus MTG? I found them to be different games. I enjoyed Artifact quite a bit yesterday. I'll play it again probably next Thursday. My moment, I have some issues with some of the randomness in it. Not that there isn't randomness everywhere, but there was some particularly annoying randomness, particularly turn 1 matchup randomness. I mean, okay, Marauders Axes on Doom Dissenters is great. Same on Resembling Skeleton, although a little bit expensive. It's a very expensive combo for 4. Macabre Welts is quite good. We have our kind of late game inevitability with Epicures. We don't have a lot of mid game with black.
No.
Blue doesn't tend to offer a lot of mid game in this set either. It's just not what they do.
It adds interaction and removal.
Yeah, and we have Exclusion Mage, Pioneer, Omen Speaker, Metamorphic Alteration, Sphinx with. I mean, we have black flyers, I guess. I don't mind Cancel and Disperse too.
Yeah, I like those.
That's still not super exciting. What would red look like? Mid game red, pretty bad too. Ogre, Havoc.
Yeah.
More 5 drops. How about green? Sentinel, Titanic Growth, Colossal Majesty, Giant Spiders at 4. I mean, our second color is actually surprisingly challenging here because there's not a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, you'd really like to be able to play the Regal Bloodlord, but white is just...
Well, is there some way? I mean, we had almost enough black playables alone. I mean, Falcon's much better with double Marauder's Axe. Chaplain's fine with Applin Axe, rather.
You play the Pegasus and the Bugler.
Yeah, Bugler's good with this deck, honestly, with the Sky.
Play the Cavalry. It hits, Bugler hits Cavalry.
Yeah. Take Vengeance is playable, but not great. Invoke the Divine is the same. Make a Stand is sick, but it tends to be a very specific type of deck that wants to run it, and our deck doesn't look very close to that. Is that our best color option there? White, black?
Well, so we have to look at our uncommons are very powerful. We have the Symbiote, the Bloodlord, and the Patrol. All 3 of those are very, very powerful. We can pair black with either of those, or we can try to splash one. We can play a double color and splash a 3rd, or we can... I don't know. So
it's too bad we don't have like Rupture Spire or something right now. Like a total color fixer would be so helpful right now. Because like these are the cards I would like in green. This is the card I'd like in blue. It's not letting me sort these very well.
I think if we play blue, we can fairly easily play green with the Manalith and the Duel, which gives us access to 3 other very powerful cards: the Patrol, the Hydra, and the Symbiont.
Yes.
Where white just gives us the Regal Bloodlord. It gives us one
Bloodlord
powerful
with
card.
double double fountains is basically a win condition.
But so is Symbiont and Skyrider Patrol.
Yeah, although less inevitable, right? Removal, of course, clears any of them, and if you get your Blood Roar removed, and there's like nothing we're doing in white besides the Bloodlord. I think I'm with you. I don't think white is playable. I just was really hoping I could fit this deck in the... I mean, Rustwing, Chaplain, Bugler, Courser are all good cards individually.
Yes. Unless you just want to splash the Bloodlord off the Manolith as well.
All right. Let's
I wouldn't recommend that, though. That seems too greedy.
Let's build our white-black deck. I'll print screen it, throw it into Paint, and then we'll build our blue multicolored deck and see how that looks too.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So we are currently, look like they patched. Now you have the deck number up here as well. You don't have to switch to this view.
Thank goodness.
It's a huge quality of life improvement. It's at least 2 to 3 clicks per day that you save yourself. All right, I want all of these cards. Sentinel's probably out. I like a main deck Invoke when I don't have a lot of removal. I don't need a Manolith in this deck. 45, probably don't want to make a stand with this deck, although it's hilarious. Don't really want a 2-headed zombie. Maybe we have enough aggressive flyers, but I don't think it fits. So we have a lot of air here. This is 43, so many cards out. It's interesting. Double Lich's Crest. I think Nightmare's Thirst with Fountain of Renewal and Chaplain and Lich's Crest is actually fine.
I think so.
So I think Macabre Waltz is very good in a deck that has no other mana sinks and is relying on things like Regal Bloodlord, although it has anti-synergy with Bone Dragon. I guess the weakest cards we're looking at are probably Invoke the Divine right now, and we've maybe too many... Take Vengeance. Take Vengeance is one of our removal pieces. Something over here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 2-drops. 1, 2, 3, 4 3-drops. A 1-drop. I could probably go down something over here.
Yeah, I think it'd be one of the Dissenters.
Yeah, probably. And then we need 2 more out. I think it might be Invoke the Divine. Much as I don't want to do it.
We can just have it as a sideboard card, but
no
that card is really good main deck.
It's best of 1.
Oh, never mind.
So weakest card is Take Vengeance in this deck right now, I think.
Do we need to play 2 Marauder's Axes? And 2, so the fountains replace themselves. The Marauder's Axe playing double of them is can be a little awkward when you have them both in your opening hand.
I think I want double Marauder's Axe in this deck almost every single time. I count all of these creatures are great with Marauder's Axe and pretty weak without. And we have a shit ton of flyers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flyers and all the tokens. I think double Marauder's Axe is actually really strong in this set. I think it's particularly strong in this deck. So I guess my answer is yes.
Okay.
Spores is pretty weak. Cutting Removal is generally pretty bad. I don't have to play Skeleton Archer. It has a lot of targets in this format that are decent, but it's not an amazing card. Waltz is potentially cuttable. But those are probably the cards I'd consider cutting out of this deck. I don't think we can go down any more 2s, even though the cards aren't great. Resembling Skeleton isn't very synergetic with this deck. We don't have any particular combos for it, but I don't want to go down another 2. And cutting a Resembling Skeleton for a Doom Dissenter would be fine, too, if we want to go back that route. So...
yeah. I don't know. You
may cut one card that's not Axe. I'll show you Axe, and you'll... At the end of this, we'll live, breathe, and love Axes together.
No, I do love Axe. I have spent about 2 or 3 pre-releases teaching a bunch of people at the shop that playing an artifact that lets your flyers be bigger is amazing.
It's partially that. It's also partially, if you look at our cards, we have no cards that require mana in the mid game. So having something to do with our mana to get power out of it on a turn that we don't have anything else to do on it is very, very, very nice.
Yeah. I think that the Take Vengeance is the slowest removal spell. Especially if we're ahead, it does nothing. Yeah,
I'm fine with that. I think it's close between that and Skeleton Archer for me. I don't actually like Skeleton Archer that much.
I've had a lot of things killed by it. I've never had great experience with it, but it's been fine. I've been able to attack with both my Gallant Cavalries. They block with a 3/3, and then I pick it off after. Yep. That was very good for me.
Yeah. Oh, it's a flexible thing. So we'll worry about the mana base in just a second. Don't let me start. I mean, I guess. All right, fine. Fine, Joe. We'll fix the mana base now. I didn't want to fix the mana base, but then you complained, and now I have to. It's awful.
Yes, I complain all the time.
Always complaining about mana base. I'm like so fucking tired of hearing it. All right, 10-7. I don't even think 10-7 is particularly good. I think I actually want to go 8-9. I almost want to go 9-8 in favor of in favor of white, but I guess we're not going to.
Oh, because of the Falcon?
Yeah.
I think this is. We still need the double black by 4.
Do
or
we?
5, I mean.
By 5.
By 5.
5
yeah.
is when we need double black by. Yeah.
But I think that's fine.
All right. You cut a fountain? We're not cutting our best card. It's literally the best card in the deck. All right. So let me print screen that. And to go quick look at this. So this is the white-black variant of the sealed deck that we could play. What would be your prediction from this out of 7 wins and best of 1? 8?
I would say 5.
5. I think that's not too bad. I find black-white to be one of the weaker setups. I know there's the lifelink synergies and blah blah blah, but I don't actually find it to be very good overall in this this format.
I would feel much more comfortable with this deck if it was not best of 1, because we could sideboard the invokes, we could sideboard the make a stand, we could sideboard, like, we have a lot of flexibility with this. But when it's just best of 1 game, this makes this a lot.
That's funny. I find best of 1, especially when you're running one of a threat like Regal Bloodlord, to actually, and I think A, flyers favor best of 1, and B, I think cards like Regal Bloodlord are particularly good in best of 1, where they don't save removal for your only single copy of a bomb. So like, there's going to be games where we just win because Regal Bloodlord and they don't know to expect it. I'm not so worried about this best of 1. Yes, it would be great to be able to put Invoke the Divine or something. Oh, by the way, is Johnny's Last Stand not in this deck? Any problems with that?
Yes. No, I don't have a problem with that.
Good. Okay. So we're missing some mid-game blockers. I mean, we've got a Bugler and a Cav, I guess, and a couple early-game blockers. I think this deck would be fine. Okay, so that's the white-black variant. So now we've got it screen captured. I'm sharing MTG Arena screen with you on Discord, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, so I wish I could save the deck so I didn't have to reconstruct it, but we can't. So let's pull out.
That's fine.
What was the other one we were looking at? We were looking at blue-black splashing like 3 extra colors, splashing green. Okay.
And white and possibly red.
No, I don't think we were.
And brown.
I don't think we're splashing red.
Make sure to splash brown.
Brown.
Artifacts.
Brown. I don't need brown in our deck here. I do like the fact we're putting in what's that one card? Divination. Divination's great. Drawing cards is great.
That's the white-black deck has a really tough time, which is why the Fountain renewals are actually pretty okay, because you can draw a card off them when they don't mean it.
Yep. All right, so we cut these, cut the white cards, cut that, cut that. We are at 51 cards right now with this.
All right,
terrible.
Just leave it up.
Abort. Yeah.
Oh wait, we still have the planes in here. We probably shouldn't do that.
Hold on. They added a new feature. Suggest lands. Bam.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Good job, Wizards.
I know. They're always on the job. All right. So we give up. Man, I can just look at this deck and tell you right now I'm not playing it. So,
Okay.
I mean, no. I mean, let's talk it through for the benefit of the audience here. But here's what I gather from this. So we get a little bit higher, like heavier top end. Wind Reader Sphinx and Psychic Symbiote, both really good cards. We have a shit ton of flyers. We will draw 1 million cards off Wind Reader Sphinx and flyers. And that's great.
It seems great.
7 mana is a little bit painful. We give up some consistency. I mean, we don't have to give it consistency. We don't have to run green. Like, we could just say, fuck Skyrider Patrol, which is fine. Like, Hydra's good. I mean, these cards are good. All 3 of those.
Yes.
Particularly Colossal Man. I mean, we will draw more cards. Maybe there's a chance I play this deck. Drawing cards is fun. I don't think...
So I have a question. I'm assuming that because it's best of 1, we always just play whatever deck we choose. We can't, like, in a sealed event, like, you can mix your deck up whenever you want to. I assume we don't get that. Oh, sweet. So we can play this, like, the last round or something.
Yeah, if we really wanted to hose our win conditions by playing a random deck the final round, we could do that, yes.
Look, we get to play more win conditions.
So, all right, let's just quickly. Okay, we need to build the deck. All right, so we are 8 cards over right now. I don't. Okay, this is sorted by mana cost right now. So this is the green package if we bring that in.
So in this version, I don't think the life gain synergies are nearly. But then doesn't Thirst come out then?
Yeah, I'm fine with Thirst coming out. I'm fine with Epicures coming out, although we lose part of our ground game. Blockers in particular. I don't like Epicure very much as a card. I think it's trying to be a weak combo too much.
Yeah.
4 cards over here. Could cut all the green. So, okay, Omen Speaker, Doom Dissenter, Resembling Skeleton. Like, our early game looks worse to me. We're going to put a lot of weak... I mean, we're going to put weak flyers on the other board too, but we're going to have too many things. Okay, I feel like our early game is a little bit more crowded. Although, I guess we can make Omen Speaker into a Bone Dragon, which would be nice. 4s and 5s. I guess these are 5s. This is a 6. This is a 7.
I think because this deck goes higher, I don't know that we want the skeleton. The Dissenters, I think, are better in this version.
I already cut 1. We can go down to get back to 2 if you want. I don't really want to cast Hydra ever before about turn 5 if I can avoid it. Patrol's on 4 if we ever have the mana, which we probably won't, so it's probably closer to a 5 or a 6. And our 3s are too busy right now. We don't have enough ramp to really justify ramping on 3 because our early game isn't strong enough that we're going to be holding down the fort with 2 drops, right? But anyways, 2 more out from here. Probably Disperse. Cutting more. We already have Exclusion Mage for that effect. It is nice to have instant speed interaction. We have no instant pump spells. That is one thing missing in that black-white deck, by the way. No pump spells of any sort. Do we not have like...
Yeah, we're not going to play Inspired Charge.
An Endurance or something? I mean, I guess we could throw in the Inspired Charge. Or the Make a Stand, rather. But,
yeah, Make a Stand actually would be pretty good in that deck.
It's an expensive combat trick is the issue, but yeah.
But it's also anti-removal.
Yeah. Flyer, 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 flyer. I hate Snapping Drake. I think that card's terrible. What is Skyrider Patrol giving flying in our deck, by the way? The Hydra?
Anything.
We don't have anything that doesn't fly already.
Omen Speaker, Doom Dissenter, Exclusion Mage.
Yeah, I guess the +1/+1's relevant.
But it also pumps those dudes too, yeah.
See, I don't actually think green is worth splashing in this deck. Like, it makes this overall power level stronger of this deck. But I'm not... Okay, 2 more cards out. What would you like?
Well, if we cut green, then that's our 2 cards, and then we can actually bring something back in for the mana.
Yep. There's a part of me that's okay with that, but we'll still get both variants then. We'll cut the green. So that's green out. We need 1 card back in that is black-blue.
I would say Doom Dissenter.
Want another Dissenter? So we're running 4 2-drops and 4 3-drops. And a 4, a 5. Okay. Sure.
I mean, this has it's not aggressive enough for being tempo, unfortunately. It has the ability to stall until our later game.
Yeah, but our later game is Sphinx, draw cards over top of them, kill them.
Yeah, that card's also really good.
3 3s and 4 4 flyers. I mean, I guess the Bone Dragon.
Yeah, the axes and stuff too.
Yeah, I might cut Dissenter for Archer. 3 toughness bodies are relevant in this format.
Yes. That's fine. I didn't realize you could cut the Archer in this one. Archer, I still like Archer.
Okay. So this could be our blue-black deck of complicated failures. Let's throw that up. And then we're going to add green and look at that variant. And then we're going to pick. We're going to make a decision. Maybe we'll let chat vote. I know if I let chat vote, they always pick the multicolored deck. Maybe I'll let them. Maybe I'll pretend to let them vote. Okay. All right. So what's green look like? So we need to. I don't think with the Epicure's gone. I don't think Colossal Majesty is worth splashing for anymore. So it's probably just for us the Manolith, the Skyrider, and the Hydra. And I don't think that's, by the way, a very exciting splash at all. I think Hydra's good, but I'm not sure it's worth splashing for. So I
think the Patrol is much stronger than the Hydra, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm kind of off this card. Our deck is going to suffer from tempo-related issues. It's not that we don't have cards to play. It's that cards always trade down. Snapping Drake always trades down. Bloodletters always trade down. I guess Exclusion Mage is an exception to that. But the rest of these cards, they're not going to trade up, right? They're going to be blockers and stallers. Sure. And then we're going to have Marauders, Axes, Manoliths, and Divinations to be casting. I mean, don't have to cast any of those on 3, but those are going to be the types of cards we want to be developing on top of already having slow tempo creatures. Like Skyrider Patrol is going to be really awkward for our mana in my suspicion for that. That said, it's a powerful effect. Don't get me wrong. All right, so we need 3 cards out. Drake or Skeleton, you can take your choice. Probably needs to be a 3-drop here. Ew. Could take out Cancel. It's going to be tough to hold up mana.
Cancel gets worse because you're also, if you play in the Patrol, you're tapping your blue source.
Yep. Will this trigger ETBs?
So if we, let's say we make somebody's creature the Pioneer.
Yeah.
That's our best scenario. If the creature has an enter the battlefield effect and we make it a copy of that, then yes, it will.
So we can make one of our creatures a copy of Psychic Symbiont and make them discard again?
Oh no. It has to have like a, when something enters the battlefield, this happens, it has to have like a triggered ability. That won't. Because that happens when that enters the battlefield. So the creature's already on the battlefield when you cast the alteration on it.
I'm not actually sure Alteration A is a very good card, or B is very good in this deck. So it does let us do strange things like turn their blockers into Omen Speakers and turn our Omen Speakers into Drakes and shit, but I'm not super excited by that. It's kind of clunky.
Yeah, you have to have an odd combination of good creatures and bad creatures.
I think I would cut 2 of these 3.
I would be probably on the Drake, and I would feel most comfortable cutting the Alteration, just because it's a scary card, and it's also, if you've traded off everything, what does it do for you? It does literally.
Yeah, if you have an empty battlefield, it's totally useless. Yep. Okay, so this would be our blue-black-green deck. We'll worry about the men in a minute, but okay. Yeah. All right, chat. All right. So let's take a look what we got.
We're also missing the Neonate in the black-white deck.
We're missing the Neonate in the black-white deck.
Yeah, the 0/3 for 1 that you can.
Oh, you mean we didn't draft it? Or didn't have it?
Yeah, we didn't open it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm not sure the best way to do this to you. I guess I could change what I'm sharing. So, okay. Because you won't see these. Let me. Do you see this now? Yeah?
What am I looking for?
You're looking to see if these decks change when I click.
Oh, yes, they do now.
Okay. So we've got the white-black deck here. When I look at this, it looks fairly consistent. Has a game plan. Has between the Bugler, the Chaplain, and the Gallant Cab, we've got Stall in the ground. We've got air conditions to win. We've got a couple pieces of removal, and we have some inevitability with Fountain of Life, Epicures, and Regal Bloodlords, all of which is fairly exciting to me. That's okay. I'm not super excited by that deck. It's not a great deck, but it's okay. I look at this one. We miss a little bit of this, don't we? It's annoying. Wish I cut that slightly differently. That's Marauder's Axes. And does this go any deeper?
Oh, yeah.
Why does it not? I think I can move that up. Let's just move that up.
There you go. Yeah, that's fine.
That looks okay as well. I don't like Snapping Drake. I'm not sure Cancel fits particularly well in this deck. Dwindle is a mediocre removal spell, but it is removal. I don't like Metamorphic Alteration there. Although we could just trim that for another Dissenter if we wanted to. But this deck, the power cards we get are Psychic Symbiont versus Wind Reader Sphinx, compared to the Bloodlord and the Fountain combo here. Wind Reader Sphinx is quite powerful if you get it resolved and get to draw a card or 2 off of it. Not that our deck benefits so much by drawing a bunch of cards. I mean, any deck will grind out your opponent with that, but like this deck doesn't have. It's not like we're drawing for a bomb. You know what I mean? Like we're just drawing more of the same type of thing.
Yeah, we are drawing into hard removal though too sometimes.
Yeah, with Lich's Crest, that's true. And then this is the third variant. This is my least favorite variant, by the way, with the green.
Yeah.
Still think it's good enough. So for me, All right, let's ask you, Joe. What would you do for me? I'll tell you mine and then I'll ask you yours. I think I'm on white black. I don't actually like white black very much, but the power level of the blue cards here doesn't seem very high to me. The strongest card that we're adding is Omen Speaker and Exclusion Mage, and then the Symbiont and the Wind Reader Sphinx. Those are the 4 blue cards I'm excited about. And Divination, I guess. So 5 cards I'm excited about in blue. The rest I'm really not very excited about. When I compare those to Courser, Bugler, 5, Bloodlord. I mean, we're only running 6 white cards in here. 7 white cards. Cavalry is decent power level. Courser's quite high. Bugler's pretty decent in a deck that hits regularly with it like ours. Rustwing Falcon with Marauder's Axe is quite good. Chaplain's okay. Regal Bloodlord's quite good. I think I'm on the white-black, but it's pretty close.
I think it is very close. I think that the blue-black... So you played the best of one-ofs. I'm assuming people are playing more aggressive decks in that sort of scenario.
Yep.
Because the blue-black deck will win the late game, inevitably, just because you're going to have the top end that draws you cards, and you're going to win with a 3/7 flyer.
Yep.
But if people are playing more aggressive, then you need to stall out the ground a lot more, which the white-black deck is going to do, and it's going to gain life, which will preserve your life total to allow you to
Best of ones
play...
do tend to be a little heavier on the aggression side.
Yes, in that instance, I would play the white-black deck. I think at a sealed PPTQ or a pre-release, I would probably lean towards the blue-black deck because you're playing best of threes, you're playing longer games, you're going to stall out the ground, you're going to win in the...
Are you going to stall out the ground with this deck? What stalls out the ground in your opinion?
The Omen Speaker, the Pioneer will be able to block some stupid stuff. The Skeleton Archer will hold down the ground against a bunch of 2/2s.
Okay.
You can, like, you're reassembling Skeleton, your Doom Descenders. Stalling out the ground doesn't necessarily mean an exact board stall, but a board stall long enough for you to take over in the air.
I'm with you on playing the black-white. I'm not sure when I would get the blue in there or not. I'm pretty down on that deck for some reason. I like Symbiont too, and I like Wind Raider Sphinx, but that deck is... Some part of my brain that is not entirely conscious to me really dislikes this deck. Might be the Manolith. I kind of hate Manolith on, like, many levels. It's okay if you can draw a bunch of cards, like accelerating your... It's not really accelerating mana. Adding additional mana sources to your deck that give you mana fixing. I mean, I guess we wouldn't have to play the Manolith version if we're not playing... Oh, this is the green version. I don't know why. There's something about the blue-black version that's not sitting well with me. And maybe it is that. Maybe it's just the format's going to be too fast. But anyways.
That to me makes a big difference.
Yep.
And I really think the power level of the blue-black deck is very good, but...
Okay. We're gonna retrim just slightly here. I think there's 2 cards we should talk about again. The Doomed Dissenter versus Resembling Skeleton is not quite as simple a solution as it looks, and that I think is where we're at. So this is 43. Oh, with the Manolith 42. So we have no combat tricks. Make a Stand is quite a good combat trick, especially with a wide board like Bloodlord wide or Sky Marsher wide. Can make for disgusting trades. We have Double Dissenter in here right now. Reassembling Skeleton. Anything? What 2 of these 2 cards out of this deck would you pull?
That is a very tough question. Well, you didn't like the Epicure. Do you just want to play 1 Epicure because they're really heavy on 5s?
Yeah, the thing about Epicures is with double fountains, they're a lot better.
Yeah.
And I don't mind a 4/4 blocker. I really don't. Especially when our game is to beat them to death in the air. So, and Courser, like Courser wants a target.
Yeah.
Courser's so good, by the way, with Gallant Cav and Militia Bugler with the Vigilant element.
Yes. I've never actually been a huge fan of the Reassembling Skeleton, but that's I don't know.
I think you have to play it over
so
Doom
slow.
Dissenter. It's a better card than Doom Dissenter.
It's so much mana.
It is so much mana. I think I'm back
we
to
just
what
play 41.
No.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. 41. What is this? What channel do you think you tuned into? Casual Joe's Shop of Magic over here? No.
Yeah, it's Saturday. It's my day off. Come on.
Fucking 41 cards. What is this? Oh, I have the screen capture up. Sorry, guys. I forgot to turn off paint. My bad, guys. My bad. So we're just we're trimming the black-white deck. I think we take out Make a Stand. We got Nightmare's Thirst and Strangling Spores as instant speed interaction.
Yeah,
I like this card a lot. I think this is...
I do too.
I think of all the wide effects, this is my favorite by far. It's way better than Inspiring Charge and is a billion times better than Trumpet Blast. But I like it in the white-red ground aggro wide decks where you're going to be making attacks where you're attacking with like 6 tokens, 4 of which are going to die this turn, and you get indestructible. I don't know that it's really where we want to be with double Marauders, Axe, and Flyers.
Yeah, we're doing the Protect the Queen effect with the Marauder's Axe on a flyer more so than...
Protect the Queen. Explain that.
We also need more lands. Protect the Queen is you make one very big threat, and you have to make sure it stays. It's not quite that because we go wide.
With Marauders Axes. We're just changing our low tier threats like Bloodletters and Falcons and shit into real threats. Like a 1 power flyer you can ignore, a 3 power flyer you cannot ignore.
No, I know. It's just we're building up one big creature rather than going super wide, except for the Bloodlord. Bloodlord obviously will go super wide.
All right, I think we can go 7. Okay, we'll call this Casual Joe's Shop of Magic. What do you think?
That is a very long name for a deck, but that's fine.
What do you prefer? Casual Joe's Saturday deck?
Yeah, Saturday fun time.
All right. I want to see this Sexual Innuendo deck. The name is too long.
I can go get it and read off all the cards if people really want me to. But
no, I want to play it.
It's fine. It's a lot of fun. It's terrible. It's not even very good. But it's fun.
We need a deck name for this. We need a deck name, and I'm blanking. What's our deck name?
Casual Joes. It's good.
But it needs to be like House of Mirrors or something. That's a Carney name. Casual Joes. All right. Casual Joes. Colossal Majesty. Done. Let's go.